Hell, a place of suffering and despair, has fascinated humanity throughout history. However, no work has influenced the perception of hell in popular culture as much as Dante Alighieri's Divine Comedy. Dante's journey into hell begins when he finds himself lost in a dark forest beset by ferocious beasts. Along the way, he crosses paths with the spirit of Virgil, the most virtuous Roman poet, who guides him through the 9 circles of hell. The entrance to hell is vast, without gates or barriers, and is marked by an inscription that reads, "Abandon all hope, ye who enter." Hell has a singular geography resembling an enormous funnel-shaped crater created by Lucifer's fall from heaven. To reach the bottom of hell, Dante must traverse different levels known as the circles of hell. The deeper the soul is, the more severe its punishment. Before reaching the first circle, there is a sort of antechamber called the Hall of Hell, where the undecided and the cowards are found, those who did not take sides or decide. These go neither to heaven nor to hell, but spend their days being tormented by wasps and with worms eating the flesh of their feet. Further on, a crowd gathered on the banks of the Acre Charon River, waiting for Charon, the ferryman, to transport them. Quote, "I have come to seek you for your eternal punishment," it announced. After crossing the river, the souls were taken before Minos, the infernal judge, who pronounced the sentence on the sinner's soul and decided to which circle it should be sent. Using his serpent's tail, Minos would wrap himself around the damned, and the number of times he circled it indicated which circle they were destined for. The first circle is known as Limbo, where the souls of those who were not baptized were found. Righteous pagans such as Homer, Plato, Caesar, and Horace, among many others, were also found there. In this place there is no suffering or screaming, only sighs of despair for not having been enlightened by the Creator and for being deprived of the vision of God. The second circle is reserved for the lascivious and lustful, known as the Valley of the Winds. Figures such as Cleopatra, Paris, and others were there. As in life, these souls were carried away by their passions, and in hell they would be swept away by strong winds, buffeted and tossed by whirlwinds. Many souls lost their way in the pursuit of love and pleasure, abandoning reason. In the third circle, an intense, icy, dirty, and eternal rain fell, and the figure of Cervero, the gigantic 3-headed dog that barked tirelessly, stood out. This circle was reserved for those who fell into the sin of gluttony. The gluttons found themselves sunk in the mud created by their own vomit while they were bitten, scratched, and torn by the infernal beast. The fourth circle, on the other hand, is reserved for the prodigal and the miser, those who have been touched by the sin of avarice, either by being wasteful or stingy. These souls will spend eternity pushing large bags of money in opposite directions, exchanging curses due to their opposing natures. One cries, "Why do you keep it?" while the other responds, "Why do you waste it?" In the fifth circle, a great waterfall of boiling blood feeds the river Styx. Within its waters lie the enraged and furious, struggling to release their endless rage, attacking one another. At the bottom of the river lie the spiteful, who try to scream, but only their bubbles reach the surface. Dividing hell is the city of Dite, where the 3 Furies and the fallen angels guard the great gate. This is the threshold that separates unintentional sins from intentional sins, those committed knowingly and with malice. The next circle is the fiery cemetery for heretics, where lie those who do not believe in God or have rejected His teachings, dragging others down with them. Far from divine grace, these souls burn in flames within their tombs, consumed by eternal fire. Then comes the seventh circle, the Valley of Fleshitante, which is divided into 3 parts. In the first, near the ruins of Crete, you can see the terrible Minotaur, a creature that is half man, half bull. At the bottom of the valley, inside a river of blood, are those who have committed violent crimes. On the banks, centaurs shoot arrows from their bows at the criminals. The more serious their crime, the deeper the sinner will be submerged, otherwise he will be punished by the centaurs. The next valley is for suicides, those who have attempted to take their own lives. These souls are transformed into twisted trees, forming a dark and terrifying forest. No fruit grows from their branches, only poisonous thorns. Harpies, shadowy creatures, make their nests in the branches and devour the leaves, causing intense pain. Endless wails can be heard from every corner of the forest. At the end of this circle is the valley of the abominable desert, where sinners find themselves in a desert of burning sand under a rain of fire. Here those who were violent against God, such as blasphemers, burn in the burning sand. Sodomites must run tirelessly through the desert and usurers must sit under the flames suffering their eternal punishment. The eighth circle is reserved for fraudsters of various categories and is known as the Malabulge, which is divided into 10 pits. In the first pit are the seducers and libertines, those who deceived others to satisfy their desires. They are pursued day and night by horned demons who harass them relentlessly. The next pit is occupied by the flatterers and sycophants who are immersed in dung. These souls spent their lives deceiving others with flattering words and now must spend eternity trapped in their own excrement. In the third pit are the practitioners of simony, those who committed the sin of selling salvation, positions in the clergy or false relics. These are buried face down with only their legs exposed while they are roasted by candles. In the fourth pit are the fortune tellers who claim to know the future, a knowledge that only God has. They have their heads turned and their tears of despair fall onto their buttocks. The corrupt occupy the fifth pit, where they are boiled in a lake of boiling tar. When they try to surface, they are attacked by demons who force them to submerge again. In the sixth pit are the hypocrites, who although they wear beautiful cloaks, these are as heavy as lead, and keeping up appearances becomes a real torment for them. In this pit is nailed to the ground the body of Caiaphas, the priest who advised the Pharisees to crucify Jesus. The thieves are in the seventh pit, where they are attacked by serpents who steal their human features, transforming them into something monstrous. The next pit is for the evil counselors, who burn in flames for having led others down the path of fraud and corruption. In the ninth pit are the sowers of discord, those who divided families, created social conflicts and destroyed the unity of the church. These are stabbed by demons. Finally, in the 10th pit are the counterfeiters, covered by all kinds of diseases and pestilences, since they forged, lied and pretended, suffering from various diseases according to the type of crime committed. The ninth and last circle of hell is the Lake of Kozada, also known as the Lake of Lamentations. Contrary to what we might imagine, the deepest place in hell is not the hottest, but the coldest due to the wings of Lucifer. In the icy waters of the lake only the heads and bowls of the traitors protrude. These sinners see their tears frozen as they weep in despair. The traitors are divided into 4 groups. Those who have betrayed their family, those who have betrayed their country, those who have committed an offense against hospitality, and those who have betrayed their masters. At the center of the 9th circle is Lucifer, the greatest of traitors, who betrayed God. He is trapped in the ice devouring the 3 greatest traitors in history, Judas, Brutus, and Cassius. At the bottom of this last circle, Dante and Virgil will find an access that will take them to purgatory. But I'll leave that for another video. Let me know in the comments if you want to know what purgatory is like.